T are off to an impressive manor house in Oxfordshire
Oh, yeah.
that holds a stunning collection of fun and fur.
Wow.
They hit a salvage yard near Newcastle, where size really does matter.
What a whopper.
And at a one-of-a-kind museum on the south coast,
That is one of the best things I've ever seen.
Drew's not keen on getting his feet wet. Drew Pritchard is one of Britain's leading decorative salvage dealers.
Oh, wow.
He searches this country
This is starting to be our favourite house.
and abroad
There's only one in the world.
How do you value that?
in his hunt for treasure.
And what do you want for it? 12?
He bargains hard,
8.5?
and there's nothing he won't buy.
Look at his little chaps. Look.
With help from his wife Rebecca
Lovely. Okay, so that's a sale.
and a team of renovators, he transforms thousands of items from junk to gems. Antiques dealer Drew Pritchard is at his base in North Wales.
You got that? I've salvaged about 80 of them, and that's all we've got left. We get these photographed, send them off to that chap.
Don't stand next to them to give them some spelling.
With new stock Drew and T are off on the road again, driving 3 hours south to a village at the edge of the Oxfordshire Cotswolds. Drew's received an exclusive invitation to a country house, where a classic exterior hides a unique interior.
Right, T, Oxfordshire, and we're going to a... Well, you'll see.
Okay, I'm
I think
intrigued.
you're going to be surprised today.
Oh, good.
The house is near the market town of Banbury. The town is mentioned in the well-known nursery rhyme, Ride a Cock Horse to Banbury Cross. The present cross was erected in 1859 to commemorate the wedding of Queen Victoria's eldest daughter. Ainhoe Park is 6 miles from acres of stunning Cotswold countryside. The house is owned by music mogul, property entrepreneur and art collector James Perkins.
Well, Ainhoe Park was a seat of the Cartwright family for 300 years, and then it was passed on to another private ownership until 10 years ago when I had an opportunity to buy it. And since then it's become my family home. It was designed by Thomas Archer and Sir John Soane, who many people do know, and Capability Brown and Humphrey Repton did the landscape at the back. Often in the 18th century, late 18th century, like all big grand country houses, they would have been full of treasures that have been collected from a grand tour, where one would travel around Europe. So therefore it would have been full of the most modern things of its time. Architecture, with the plaster casts that you see. Victoriana, in the shoot of collecting a taxidermy. And then juxtaposing that with contemporary art. I've got a home that I'm really pleased with. I'm constantly tinkering with it. For me, it's about trying to inspire others to start collecting and catch the bug that I've got.
Oh, yeah. I like this. Ainhoe Park.
Definitely going to be quality overspill from here.
Brace yourself. James, hello.
Hello, Drew.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you. Hi, Humpty.
The modern sculpture there is fabulous. I'd love to see inside.
Come into the warmth then.
Wow, fabulous.
Thank you.
That's the reaction, isn't it? That's super. I've heard about the place. I've seen some pictures, but still, I don't think anything really prepares you for that. It's wonderful. Love it. I love the scale of everything. Look at those. I should do. Amazing. So what's through here then? Where are we going? Down into
So this
here?
is the salon. Well, I did this 2.5 years ago, actually, and I did it because I wanted to do something that was a bit more feminine. One of my favourite things is this feather lamp.
It's wonderful, isn't it? The whole texture and all the brass, it's like sort of 70s
Hollywood Regency.
glamour.
Yes, that's right.
It's got it all. Oh, T, it's our favourite room. Looks a bar.
That's exactly what it is. I mean, that's what I I think I'm known for is my modern grand tour take on something that was prevalent in the 18th century.
Yeah, just walking through the house and it is magnificent. It's breathtaking, it's exciting, it's different, it's beautifully put together and, in my eyes, almost perfect. Wow! That's fabulous. God. Isn't this wonderful? My favourite room so far is the orangery. It is staggering. It opens the doors and it's just, wow. It's just make-believe. It's like a museum of make-believe. It's fabulous.
Paint bucket. And then someone had a party and they tied balloons around it. And then I thought, hang on a minute, wouldn't it be cool to actually have it flying? No one's ever done that before.
That's perfect. It does look like it's just been lifted out. Wow, what a collection.
Tried to be a little bit playful,
Yeah.
and I think people enjoy it. And I think it's a nice use of the space.
Perfect. I love it.
James has personally created this stunning collection for his home, so understandably the objects are not for sale. But down in the cellars are items that he is willing to part with.
Right, so welcome to one of the cellar rooms.
Ah, right. So is this stuff that's potentially available?
Yeah, feel free to move around.
It was everything I hoped. It was full of the smaller pieces that probably don't suit the house. Now, so if I just pull things out that I'm interested in,
Yeah,
make a pile, and just say X, Y, Z, and you can say yes, no, yes, no.
that's it.
That'll be okay.
Sounds
Yeah,
like a plan.
Let's do
Okay.
that. All right. We'll see you in a bit.
shortly.
Thank you. That's nice. There is I think probably a V&A plaque, and it's of a 13th century casting of a religious figure of some sort. What is that? Look, it's still got the museum tag on it. Circa 1440. Wow. This isn't, it's just a casting of it. Yeah. What I like about it is the paper tag and the little number on the corner. It makes it authentic, it makes it real, it makes it that it's actually come from a museum. There's a beautiful piece of history attached to see if it's a copy, and you can see the sort of shadow in the bone where it's lighter and darker and thinner, so it's definitely a real skull. What I do like is this. Another piece that I got very excited about when I could see it, sort of the shadow of it right at the back of the shelf, I thought, oh, it's a Grand Tour piece. Now, these Grand Tour pieces were brought back as sort of knickknacks, basically, when, you know, Lord Fauntleroy went wandering off down to Rome and all around there. There would be people making statuettes of the ruins, and they're now extremely collectible and very valuable, and I thought that's what it was, because all I could see was a shadow. And I pull it out, and what it is, it's a sort of bronzed brass faux one, but it's got enough wear on it to make it an attractive item, but not...
To see whether Drew's found anything he wants to bid on.
This I like, which I think is another proper museum piece, yeah?
Yes, it is.
It is, because it's got this on it as well. There.
Yeah, no, that's the reference.
Yeah, it's all marked up. So that would be of interest.
This 19th century cast is of Christ and John the Baptist as children. It could be worth around £300.
So it's just is it terracotta? No, it's plaster. What would that cost me?
What, I don't know, make me an offer.
Oh. Is it a couple £100?
Salvage hunter Drew Pritchard is visiting Ainhoe Park in Oxfordshire.
Isn't this wonderful?
And Drew's found a plaster plaque in the cellars that he wants to buy.
That's nice. What would that cost me?
I don't know, make me an offer.
Oh. Is it a couple £100?
Yeah, okay.
You happy with that?
Yeah.
It's about probably all its money. Still, I like it.
Nope, happy
Happy with that one? Okay. You just hang it on your wall. You say, yes, from the V&A, there's the numbers. It's authentic. It's real. Real's better than anything. This little chap, Chap S. That, I like the skull. It is right, isn't it? So it's
Yeah, no,
the skull. It's just the mount is, you know, it's a bit new, but the skull's great. I've stuck that back in. It's quite, doesn't need much doing. Only needs that sticking back in.
This African lioness skull on a...
What would that one cost me then?
I don't know, make me an offer.
Really?
Yeah.
Should we try to start at 200 again?
I think it needs to be a bit more than that.
Okay, so what would you like? What would you be happy with? I'd like to buy it.
3.
3, yes. Go on then, there's a margin in that, thank you.
10.
Skulls like that, very fashionable. It's interesting, it's decorative, and it's a bit edgy. I like it a lot. This one I got quite excited about. I thought it was a proper Grand Tour piece at the back there.
This model was made in the 19th century and could be worth around £350.
Go on then. Hit me. No, that one's going to be too much for me. If I said, look, I'd set myself actually a very low figure for that, hadn't I? So I'd like it's worth. I had very, very low. I looked at it, I thought, well, it's got to be worth £100 because the quality's not there and it's a bit iffy, but it is very decorative.
Very decorative.
Very decorative. Can we do? I'll go to my max 250.
Okay.
Happy?
Yeah.
Sure.
You caught me on a good day today.
Thanks, mate. That's much appreciated. It's all pieces that I want. They're good saleable little bits, and we'll see. We'll see how we get on.
James has one final location to show Drew.
Blimey. We're now in the garage of the main house, and quite a garage. Look at what's in here. The fascination with these, you got these 2 mirror balls in the back there. Have they got any age to them? You've got one up there as well. Who's not going to love having one of those in their house? And whenever I've had one, and they're quite common, they've sold straight away.
These disco balls are made of alloy steel, covered in small square mirror plates. Mirror balls were first widely used in nightclubs in the 1920s. These could have a value of around £750 each.
What would you want for a pair of those, say? Go on, hit us with a price.
£1,000?
£1,000 for the pair?
Yep. I mean, not expensive, it's just, again...
Yeah, it's just, you're not using them, are you?
No.
Yeah, go on, so a deal. Thank you. Probably will go into a commercial project because... Today, fantastic. This place is astonishing.
Quite enjoyed the valuation, quite happy to sell. It felt like they were going to the right home. I'm one stage closer to getting my wine cellar open, I suppose.
It's exceptional, it's exciting, it's beautiful and it's brave. And there's not many people who take this on and do it. Thank you so much, good to meet you.
Good luck.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, thanks for it, good day. Do you know we had to dig around to find that skull?
Yeah.
Does that make it skullduggery?
Back in Wales, how will the team react to Drew's more unusual finds?
Hello. Been to that call we got Ainhoe Park. It's a fabulous place. But you can see there's not a great deal in the back. What's that one? Ah, yeah, this one, which is a lioness skull.
Drew paid £300 for the lioness skull. There's a small profit there.
And this one is from the V&A, and it's Christ and John the Baptist as children. Yeah.
Lovely piece. I mean, beautifully done. I mean, I know it's a copy. Otherwise we wouldn't have it.
Grand Tour sculpture. I remember what I paid for that one. 150 or 100 for that one? 250. Paid too much for that one.
You did. That's really the retail price. That's...
And I bought some of these.
Oh, look.
And they're real ones.
Superb. And 2 mirror balls, £500 each. Love them. Absolutely love them. They shout quality. They're great fun.
Fabulous. Right. Stick them all away.
Carl performs some dentistry on the lioness skull before it goes on the website, along with the other items from Ainhoe Park. Drew and T are back in the van, driving north for 3.5 hours to just outside Newcastle upon Tyne. They're visiting an architectural salvage yard who've written it.
We're meeting two brothers. They've just taken over the business a couple of years ago. O'Brien's has been in the demolition and architectural salvage trade for at least 30 years that I know of. Big outfit, really big outfit, but mainly slates and tiles and slab bricks.
Right.
So I've never been there.
Newcastle sits on the River Tyne. The city boomed during the Industrial Revolution in the 19th century through coal mining and shipbuilding. The medieval castle built by William the Conqueror's son gave the city its name and is one of the most complete surviving Norman keeps in England. O'Brien Architectural Salvage is a 20-minute drive from the city. They started trading from their 13-acre site in 1973. Brothers Ryan and Craig Williams.
And then we progressed into reclaimed flooring, and then from then on we've gone on to garden furniture and antiques, bits and bobs, just a bit of everything really now.
We've got a lot more stuff now. Everyone comes in and just seems to think it's really good. Everyone kind of gets lost in it.
I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a good day. Obviously fun, a bit of haggling. It should be a fun day.
Here you go. O'Brien's Architectural. How you doing?
Craig.
Craig?
Yeah, Ryan.
Ryan.
Nice to
how are
meet
you?
you.
I'm T. How you
Ryan,
doing?
you okay?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Oh, no
Look
problem.
forward to having a good rummage around. What you've got.
Let's have a look. We'll start across here and we'll have a wander around.
So how big is the yard then? It's a couple of acres.
This is a 13 acres.
Really?
Yeah. Loads of little hidden bits of stuff.
You're kidding. Well, we want to go there. So you two lads have taken over the business now, have you?
Yeah, me and Craig work together. Plus, with us being brothers, it helps
It does
sometimes.
help. Who's the boss?
Well, we work together, but
I'm mainly here looking
I
after
see.
making sure everything's
he's
going
my main person to really
I
speak
see.
to.
Well, that's family business. That's good. You can see what a sort of modern day garden architectural salvage yard looks like. There's a lot of remanufactured items that are very popular and very affordable. Not what I want, but it's incredibly tidy and the site looks big. So I'm interested with this one. So reclaimed flooring.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
strip flooring, parquet.
Fantastic bit of the business, apart from going in and taking it up. Who does that? You don't
We
have to
do
do
that.
that. Back there?
Yeah.
Where did they come from?
They come from a council office that
Yeah.
we done late last year.
Yeah.
And it was just in the office area that we took out.
A sort of modular racking system I've never seen before, and on closer inspection it's actually really, really well made. It's all steel, powder coated and chromed. It's modular, so you can stack it. There's adjustments and holes on each piece, so you could take it apart and have it just as one pillar, or you could have it low.
These 1970s shelving units were made by Swiss company USM. The modular furniture was initially designed by architect Fritz Haller in 1961 as furniture for their office, but ended up becoming the company's main product. The furniture is still produced today and is sold all over the world. Although not Drew's usual fare, these units could have a value of around £250.
Oh yeah, there you go.
£149.
150 quid. I need things like this that don't cost too much money, and somebody coming to me for the first time to do a shop interior or a house interior or something can afford to buy. They're funky, aren't they? And there's a 3-1 as well. So if I take that one, so all the good ones. So that would be, these are 150 and these are 100, so 550. What can you do if I took the lot?
What's the best you could do?
4.5?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank
Yeah?
you.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, no problem.
Cool stuff. Open storage like that is more akin to offices and retail, so that's... Have I lost the plot, or are they all right? There's something there. Yeah? Can we have a look some more?
Yeah, we'll have a look around. Lead the way.
Cool. Oh, I wish I was taller. Oh, hang on.
All right.
Oh. Is this the storeroom?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just little bits and bobs we haven't had a chance to put out yet.
Blimey, that's a big one. Is that available?
Yeah.
How many have you got?
That's the last one left. We sold the rest. We just haven't put it out on the wall yet.
What a fantastic find. Just walked in and there's a huge Gents of Leicester industrial railway type clock right in front of me. People call them railway clocks because they're generally found in railway stations and they're big, so right down a platform you can see them.
Gents of Leicester were a major manufacturer of clocks and other electrical equipment for over a century. Once restored, it could be worth around £800.
What do you want for it?
How much? What's the best you could pay for it? Right.
Come on, you're a dealer now.
£450.
That's a whopper. It is. Is that the biggest one you've ever seen? I haven't seen one that big. 350?
400.
Antiques dealer Drew Pritchard is at an architectural 20th century railway clock.
That's a whopper. It is.
But will the Geordie charm see Drew upping his offer?
450.
350?
400.
375? Got to be tough on you because I've got work here.
Go on then.
Sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What a whopper. Should turn as well, actually. Clocks like that are very, very desirable, and they will always sell, and people always want one. They're just one of those things, they never go out of fashion. See, it's always the stuff in the back room, isn't it?
The boys take Drew and T over to the original salvage yard.
Quite a lot of lights and some lights up on the top. I hope they're an interest.
We're in a sort of garagey bit of the yard, and there's these great big explosion-proof or sort of gas-proof light. You'd find them in mines and in spray booths and in factories where they had your sort of incendiary things, and they're pretty damn cool. They're good, but there's a problem. The problem is with them is they're really, really, really heavy. So for somebody to hang that, it's a bit of an issue, you know. I think they're from the sort of 50s, early 50s, I'd say. These will end up probably in a bar, and we've had some success selling large runs of them to fashion labels as well.
These cast iron industrial lights were made by British-based company GEC. They had cleaned and rewired. They could be worth around £150 each.
What will you take each?
I would have to speak maybe with the directors just to see.
Okay.
And see if it is something that he's definitely going to be willing to sell.
Okay.
I don't know if you can put an offer and I can go to him.
They're rough and they need work. 35 quid each.
35 quid each. I'll ask him. He's offering £35 each.
These lamps are not rare. I've already got a ton of them. But I'll buy them because they all match. There's a run. £35 each is all I'm prepared to pay, so I've gone in at one bid. I'm not going to pay £1 more. What they say?
Yeah, that's not a problem.
I'll do it. I can't remember dealing with any lads sort of this young before. It's nice to see new blood coming into the business. One of them told me earlier that when I started in business, he was just born. You know? When did that happen? I think they'll have an absolute ball doing it because, you know, they've got what it takes. Lads, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Excellent. Nice to meet you.
It's been a great day. I've loved it. It's been good speaking with Drew. Obviously, it's always good that we're selling stuff as well.
The yellow cabinets, I never thought he would be buying them.
What do you think? Modular. My favourite word's crevice. Crevice is good. Crevice. And telegraph pole. That just flows nice, isn't it? Telegraph pole.
And the following day, they're back in North Wales with a full van load of items for restoration.
Hello, 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 hello. Carl,
Yeah.
hope you had your Brave tablets. You know what's involved with these, don't you?
Yeah.
You got to split them.
Yeah.
They're a nightmare, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carl makes a start on the first of the 14 industrial lights. The trickiest part will be splitting the seal.
One. There's no... Oh, that was nice. Did you hear that? Somebody's had it apart and the seal's already been cracked. Less work for me to do.
So with that positive result, and as the light weighs around 15 kilograms, Carl adds a strong ceiling mount before reassembling it.
All right, Drew, I'll let you have that one. That's quite a nice light.
Drew's had a call inviting him to a hovercraft museum. It's 5 hours drive to Lyon-de-Solent on the south coast, and he's hoping the trip will pay off. But it's such a unique location, Drew has no idea what he'll see, or if he'll even find anything to buy.
So we're expecting nautical things today, are we?
Well, Teak, we're going to a place that's got hovercraft, so we're not exactly going to be collecting stamps.
Is it going to be nautical?
The museum is near Portsmouth, a city famous for its maritime history. An important naval port for centuries, with the world's oldest dry dock, it's home to famous ships, including the Tudor Mary Rose and Lord Nelson's HMS Victory. It still remains the main base for the Royal Navy. Part of the former naval shore area has been redeveloped into Gun Wharf Quays, with its 170-metre-tall Spinnaker Tower. The Hovercraft Museum is the only one of its kind in the world. It charts the history of the machines from their invention in Britain in the 1950s. Warwick Jacobs is one of the trustees of the museum.
Well, I don't even remember a day where I haven't mentioned the word hovercraft, with all these lovely cardboard toy hovercraft, and over the years I've just replaced the cardboard ones with the real ones. I've been involved with the whole project for 26 years, so it's a bit of a baby really, and it's grown from 1 or 2 hovercraft up to 80 now. It's all run by volunteers, and we've been shut down for 3 years while our buildings have been restored. And we're on the brink of opening, so Drew and T are going to be our first visitors. Whilst we're in a bit of a mess, hopefully amongst it we'll find something that they might like.
More importantly, are we getting to go in a hovercraft?
Hope not. Unless it's on a field. I'm not going in the sea.
Yeah, but you wouldn't pass up to go in a hovercraft, would you?
Well, it depends what type. I wouldn't mind. I'd go in one if it had a roof.
Now, I would safely say...
Cool. I think this is our man. Hello.
Hello, Drew.
How are you doing?
Nice to meet you. Pleasure to meet you, Drew.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Hello, who are you?
Hi, I'm
Hello,
T.
T. Nice
Hello.
to meet you. This is Louis.
Louis. I used to go on that one out of Dover when I was a kid.
Giving your age
Been
away.
2 or 3 times I've been on that one over to France. Let's go and have a look.
Yeah, come and see. Here we go. Well, this is the oldest one in the world that's still operational. So she's 50 odd years old. Yeah.
Blimey.
She weighs 7 tons.
It looks like something out of a sci-fi film. It looks like a huge beached fish.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But this half-a-century-old lady can still put on a show.
That is one of the best things I've ever seen.
So there you go. That's
Amazing. Well, if that's the start, can we see some more?
Yeah, and we'll get you out on one too.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll have to force him at gunpoint.
The largest hovercraft at the site was used to transport holidaymakers across the English Channel from 1967 for 33 years.
Gets us. Well, welcome aboard.
Oh, smell the 1970s, doesn't it? The smell of your youth. I remember going on these. I remember the noise.
Well, you'd have done half an hour to France as opposed to a couple of hours on the boat. So, in fact, this would have still been quicker at the end than the Channel Tunnel.
Warwick leads them downstairs to the car bay, where the space has been put to good.
This is where the 60 cars would have been kept.
Is this the James Bond one?
Yep, Die Another Day.
It must have been this one or the one in front of it that we went on holiday to France in the 70s. I remember these and I much preferred it because I get really, really seasick. And that's why I absolutely hate boats now. But my parents would take me on one of these instead and I didn't get seasick. So happy memories.
With the tour over, they head to the museum's archive rooms to look for potential items to buy.
Oh, yeah. I can see. I'm literally stood here. There's 4 things I want to buy already.
Oh, that's good.
What?
on earth is that?
That's a Westland helicopter lorry.
Can I get it down?
Yeah, and that is something we would sell because it
Really?
It really isn't. Oh, beautiful bit of wood.
One piece that strikes me immediately is a helicopter truck, and it was done as possibly a scaled prototype of a helicopter truck. Now, I think those two words don't and shouldn't be together, but it's extremely original, and it's for sale because it is nothing to do with hovercrafts.
Isn't it lovely?
How do you value that?
Yeah. Well, it's unique. There's only one in the world.
This model was made by British aerospace company Westland in Somerset around 1959, but was never developed into a full-size working machine. Although a niche item, in a specialist market it could be worth around £800.
What do you want for it?
Well,
It's very tricky. This
It
is
is.
different. This is.
Salvage hunter Drew Pritchard is near Portsmouth at the Hovercraft Museum.
Blimey. See, look at this. A hovercraft full of hovercrafts.
He's been shown round by hovercraft enthusiast and trustee of the museum, Warwick Jacobs. Drew's found something that floats his boat, but will he be willing to offer enough money to seal the deal?
250 quid.
I think we'd have to be higher than that.
I reckon.
There's nothing else like it in the world. It is one-off. You won't find another one made. It's not manufactured. It's a bit of history as well. So it never.
All right, one bid, £400.
I'll do 500, isn't it?
It's very niche. A flying truck.
Yeah.
Hover truck.
And
But it's still got an interest.
It's quirky.
It's got an interest. 4.5.
well, we'll look around everything else and we'll see because
I'm not sure on the price because it's a really weird item, so I don't really want to pay a fortune for it because I could get landed with it.
But there was something else, obviously, because I know I sort of walked in, I saw 3 or 4 things.
Yeah.
There's this chair behind you.
right. Yeah.
That one there.
Yeah. It's an Admiralty chair. It came from the Admiralty Tower in Portsmouth, where 50 admirals would sit round a table deciding the fate of
The nation.
This oak Admiralty chair was probably made by R. Dawes in London in the late 19th century. It could see a value of around £700.
That can't beat that, can you?
No,
That's,
that's good.
Yeah, that's superb. Well,
Yes, happy?
It's of very, very good quality, extremely good form, totally unrestored, and a great colour.
With the deal finally agreed, Drew spots something else.
strange. These we've.
What's that? That's a hover
These
car.
are hover cars. We've got a number of these.
Can we look at the other ones?
Yeah, we put them all in a row if you like, and you can see the differences. Minute difference.
All of a sudden, today's got incredibly interesting. I'm now looking at working military models of potential hover cars and trucks. The manufacturing method of these is second to none. These are beautiful, important, rare and interesting.
So they are all hovercraft. It's just beautiful, isn't it? They're like little insects. It closed at Beverley, and very unfortunately.
I think we've got 6 plus an odd one.
We would like to keep, say, the odd one.
Okay, so we're looking at a collection of 6.
These military models were made by Folland, who manufactured aircraft in nearby Hamble between 1937 and 1963. They were concept models designed to show the future potential of hovercraft technologies to the armed forces. Only one full-size version was ever made, to be used by the military and in agriculture, but it never took off and was dismantled after a year. This unique collection could reach a value of around £4,000.
Go on then. What would you like?
Well,
Harder. But, you know, there's a reason, I think, why these should be kept together.
£2,000, the whole entire collection.
Yeah, fine.
Was that what you were
That's
thinking?
fine.
Wonderful.
And that will go immediately back into the museum
Yeah.
to get the collection up to date, ready to show it off.
What
So
a fabulous find. Isn't that amazing? But that's just made my week.
60. Yeah, brilliant.
Absolutely made my week. Just owning a piece of history, a piece of British military history. I think I'll hang on to them for a little while.
Yeah, no.
I think I'll enjoy these ones for a little while.
Warwick has arranged for the boys to find out just what these machines can do. But it means
Knows me, knows that I have a deep loathing and mistrust of the sea and anything that goes on it, under it or over the top of it. I just don't like it. This is the most fun I've ever had on the sea. I'm a little bit damp. Warwick was a pleasure to deal with today. This is an incredible collection of British technology, and he saved all of it. You know, that is quite an achievement. Hats off to him. Anybody who has got a passion this strong for something for such a long period of time, it's usually a pleasure to be around, and they know why these things are important to the nation, and they really are.
Oh, I've thoroughly enjoyed today. It's been really good fun, good weather, good hovercraft, good company.
Warwick, thank you very much.
Fantastic. Thank you. Probably the last. Yeah.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.
See ya.
Run back.
I half expected the van to go up then like that.
Firmly back on dry land, the boys head home to Wales.
Benzo. Hello, hello. We've been to the Hovercraft Museum. Right, what they had there, this is an amazing find.
My God. 6 hovercraft come car models, £2,000. I mean, to look at them, they are fascinating, but I don't really understand them.
This is
A door. It's just beautiful form. It's just wonderful. I absolutely adore it. Now that I can understand.
It spins around as well. It's a hover chair.
£1,000 for the swivel chair and the helicopter truck. Fantastic.
Gavin is given the Admiralty chair to get it shipshape ready for sale.
Just wants a clean and a wipe, touching it with a few scratches.
He sands down the damage on the stretcher. Then stains the affected wood back to match the existing colour. Drew's also asked Gavin to remove the feet, as they're not original.
Just rubbering it with a French polish, just to give it a bit of shine. Done.
The items from Ainhoe Park all sell quickly to private collectors. The large clock from O'Brien Salvage has had a new mechanism and has sold to an interior design company who outfit restaurants. And the yellow shelving units have also sold to be used as a media unit in a private home. And the Admiralty chair from the Hovercraft Museum has sold to a collector.
The heli trucks and the hover truck we have done nothing with. We want to get their history absolutely nailed. Understands them, wants them, needs them, and will look after them. And that's what I want to happen to those things. So, slowly, we don't have to sell everything tomorrow.